Greetings everyone, Grogu I am. What in God's name was that? Today we are doing a review of The Mandalorian Season 2, and oh boy, there is a lot to discuss. So instead of wasting your time on random bullshit you don't care about, I'm just going to jump right into it. Spoilers ahead, obviously. The Mandalorian is a show set 5 years after Star Wars Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi, the true ending to the Star Wars film series. No, that's sequel bullshit. The show follows a Mandalorian bounty hunter named Din Djarin, who is given a job by small remnants of the Empire to deliver a child to them. This child is an offspring of the Yoda species. Aw, how cute. However, he develops a bond with him and discovers he is force sensitive. At the end of Season 1, he fights off the Empire, including their new leader, Moff Gideon, and is given a task to return the child to its kind, the Jedi, giving us a burning array of questions. Who is Baby Yoda? Why does the Empire want him? All these are answered in this season, which I'm not exactly the biggest fan of. Would have been better to, space it out. But I can live with it. So at the start of Season 2, Din attempts to find another Mandalorian to help him find a Jedi. And I did not like the start of the season. The episodes are great, and I loved them. But half of them felt like they didn't have anything to do with the story. Like the second episode, which I did not care for in any way. Season 1 had the same problem, but thankfully it turns out they did matter in their own right, with Fennec returning and so does Migs. The first episode of Season 2 also has a kind of story, barely, but the real good shit and the reason I love this season is the second half. These episodes were better than the whole sequel trilogy combined. Essentially, Din finds Bo-Katan from the Clone Wars and is told to find Ahsoka Tano. And I have no shame in admitting that I squealed like a 2-year-old when I heard her name. For the longest time I wanted to see Anakin's Padawan played in a live action show or film, and I was not disappointed whatsoever. She tells Din to take Grogu, that's Baby Yoda's name by the way, to the planet Typhon, place him upon a seeing stone, and through the Force a Jedi may be able to sense him. So he does that. But as he does this, he's stopped by none other than Boba Fett, who survived the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi and wishes for his armor back, which the Mandalorian keeps in his ship. But then the Empire show up and a firefight ensues, and I could watch this scene for days. Of course Din and Fennec are as badass as ever, Fennec never missing a shot that I can remember. But Boba Fett, he just steals the show with this one, honestly. First off, he's awesome as ever, murking like 50 stormtroopers with his stick. But then he finds his armor and, this scene, it's so good. They did Boba Fett some fucking deserved justice right here. Honestly, after his laughable end in Return of the Jedi, he's finally redeemed in just 50 seconds. I can't say enough about how much I love this scene, and it makes me not want to wait for the Book of Boba Fett in 2021. But back to the story. Grogu is taken by droid death troopers, and because he is no longer safe, Boba and Fennec are in Din's debt. They contact Dune and Migs, a former Empire employee, who tells him that if they want to start tracking Gideon's ship, they need to go to one of their bases. There, a simple scan of their face, showing they are not New Republic or a fugitive, will give them the coordinates to Gideon's ship. And this is a really powerful scene in which Din takes off his helmet for the first time in years, in the sight of living things, showing that Grogu is more important to him than his creed. And Boba polishes armor and looks hella clean. They recruit Bo-Katan and storm off Gideon's ship, fighting Death Troopers and Gideon himself armed with a Darksaber, which Bo-Katan wants in order to restore Mandalore after the Empire turned it to glass. The crew are trapped on the bridge and are about to be slaughtered by Death Troopers, until an X-Wing appears. The New Republic is here. But no, it's only one X-Wing. Wait, hang on. One man has come out of it, and he's cloaked. It's a Jedi, Bo-Katan says. Green lightsaber. It's fucking Luke Skywalker! Played by D.H. Mark Hamill himself, come to train Grogu. He fights his way through the ship effortlessly, showing his true Jedi skills, and finally gets his own hallway scene, like his father before him. He tells Din that Grogu needs his permission to go with Luke, and a tearful goodbye, he removes his helmet and grants it. Roll credits. Wow, what a season. The plot, the characters, the amazing fight scenes. This was one of the greatest pieces of Star Wars I've ever seen, and I highly, highly recommend it. I cannot wait to see what Season 3 has in store for us. I would like to thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. And like I always say, when I do see you again, it is when I see you again. Bye bye.